What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Neon Pow here, and this week we are doing part 2 to What If Naruto Was Raised by the Akatsuki. That meaning you have not seen part 1, I have that linked in the description and in the card above, so make sure to check that out so you won't be confused. Also, before we getting into this, I have to do some special thanks once again to Hujayfa and sassyeggroll for helping me create that original art you guys are witnessing in the thumbnail and on screen, and for helping me write this crazy story you guys will be witnessing very soon. Also, you guys made that 100 like goal last video child's play, so I'm gonna be bumping it up to 500 likes for this video, so let's see what you beasts are all about. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the weekly videos. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. We last left of Akatsuki raised in Cherokee, beginning his new journey as a spy in the Leaf Village. He will finally be able to test the skills he had learned over the years and hopefully make his Akatsuki family proud. A few weeks after the infiltration plan was set in place, Naruto arrived in the Leaf Village. He was entirely prepared to be shunned by the villagers as an outsider. At least, that's what he was told to expect after all. However, he was surprisingly treated quite the opposite. He actually gained a lot of attention from the curious locals. His cover story required him to say that he was from the Kaguya clan, the same as Kimimara's, as keeping his Uzumaki clan name would obviously arouse suspicion. But with that, Naruto only ever needed his Akatsuki clan and nothing else. As Naruto went throughout his days in the Leaf, he quickly lost the interest of many once he said he possesses none of the Kekkei of his clan. But even with that, many more pressed on. Some people would ask him what the Land of Water was like, things like locations, people, and stories of his time there. He made half of the stuff up, but got the other half from stories that Kimimaro had told him. As Naruto's mission required him to become a Leaf Ninja, he quickly integrated himself into the Ninja Academy system. The requirements for passing the academy and becoming a Genin were all child's play for Naruto. With all of his years of training in chakra control and taijutsu from a very young age, Naruto passed all the practicals and exams without even batting an eye. Even though Naruto was doing his best to hold back drastically and stay under the radar, his performance still surprised many of the students, seeing as he hasn't even been there for a week and hadn't done anything in terms of schoolwork. A specific student, Sasuke Uchiha, was just as surprised as the others to see that Naruto was coming close to matching him. How was he so much more powerful than him despite being at the same age? He had to find out what training he had done in order to get to the level he had reached in the same time he had. Even with Naruto's stellar performances, he would still purposely bomb certain exams to lower his class ranking, as his goal was to get on the same team with Sasuke. The time of assigning squads finally arrived. As in the original canon, everyone was assigned on the same team. Naruto already knew that he was going to be on the same squad with Sasuke, but the second member, Sakura, came as a complete surprise. Naruto thought, how could the academy even allow such an incompetent person to pass? All she did was stare at Sasuke all day, so he was shocked she had time to pass the exams at all. However, seeing as she was close to Sasuke, it gave Naruto some ideas of how he could exploit this in the future. For now though, he saw no reason that they couldn't all just be friends. He greeted his new teammates, but was surprised by how depressed Sakura was when he came over. It was quite strange for Naruto as he saw her being much gloomier just seconds prior when it was just her and Sasuke. It was quite funny too because Sasuke had been ignoring her the entire time, so he couldn't understand her reaction at all. But he just decided to go home so they could meet the next day. The next day occurs and the team finally meet their sensei. Introduction still happens on the roof and everyone begins. However, this time, Naruto shares his wish for world peace instead of becoming Hokage. Sasuke and Sakura's are all the same. Kakashi then finishes off by telling him to be out bright and early tomorrow at a particular part of the forest near a river without eating breakfast. And they all disperse. Something that seems out of character, Sasuke takes this time to ask Naruto how he became so proficient at the clone jutsu. This made Naruto internally grin. When Naruto was training under Itachi, he had informed him all he had to do was display his strength, and Sasuke would try to talk to him. He could definitely use these chances to befriend him. Naruto then told Sasuke that he had much more than just the clone jutsu, but mentioned his methods of training would only be revealed to people he considered his friend. Sasuke, hearing this, stubbornly stormed away before Naruto got the chance to ask if he would like to train with him sometime, so they could become friends. The reaction confused Naruto, so he just decided to go home as he was hungry. Fortunately, he had some extra change that he scrapped together and decided to try out the Ichiraku place he had heard so much about and get a bowl of ramen before going home. Since Naruto hadn't had anything like it, to his surprise, the ramen was great. So he made sure to thank the people at the shop and made a mental note to eat there again. The next morning, Naruto showed up at the exact time and place he was supposed to be at. After a few minutes, Sasuke and Sakura arrive on scene to join him in waiting for their sensei. However, hours passed with no sign of Kakashi. Then, finally he appeared, and Naruto and Sakura told him off for being so late and for having told them to not eat anything. Kakashi then tells them why they were there in the first place, the bell test. They could only truly become genin if they got the bells from Kakashi. Sakura questions him why there are only 2 bells, and Kakashi just ignores her. With that, the test begins. Naruto decides to stay back at first to see how his teammates would react. Seeing no movement in them, he decides to gauge the strength of his opponent by engaging him in combat for a bit. Naruto doesn't use all his strength at first, but he noticed that what he did show made Kakashi put his book down slightly. He then gained some distance, and Sasuke and Sakura finally realized the point of his attack. Seeing as Naruto wasn't even coming at Kakashi with an intent to kill, he was doing extraordinarily well against him. Sasuke decides to make the move of his own and throws a flurry of shuriken at Kakashi. Seeing this, Naruto decides to fall over so that Kakashi is less likely to notice the shuriken. Each of them make their mark, and as Sakura is exclaiming that Sasuke killed their sensei, Kakashi, once damaged body, was replaced with a log. Everyone, except Sakura, who is still screaming in horror, recognized this to be the substitution jutsu. Naruto then ran to Sasuke's location to help aid him. However, to Kakashi's surprise, even though he made it very clear to Naruto that he was now targeting Sakura, Naruto had kept heading towards Sasuke's direction, completely ignoring the pink-haired girl. Kakashi found this strange, but continued to dispatch her anyway. Sasuke and Naruto heard the shout of their teammate in the distance, but continued running. Kakashi caught up with them in no time, this time targeting Sasuke. Just as Naruto was about to react, Sasuke shouts out to him to not move. Naruto complies, and Sasuke's attack ends about as well as it does in canon. Seeing this, Naruto decides to step in. He does the shadow clones out the water trick as he has done before, which still fails, and unfortunately sets him up to be fingered by Kakashi's 1000 years of death. Naruto being over cocky with his skills and unexpecting such a barbarous move, Naruto ends up soaring and being unable to move for the remainder of the battle. Kakashi, seeing this, ends up feeling bad and calls for lunch. However, as punishment for leaving their helpless Kunoichi stranded alone, Kakashi ties up the 2 boys and they are forced to watch as Sakura eats. Sakura, being a huge simp for Sasuke, ends up gladly feeding him. However, for Naruto, she only feeds him after countless begging. Kakashi then poofs in and pretends to go apeshit, and then says they all pass. Everyone is surprised and relieved to hear that. After passing the exam, many weeks pass. During this time, Naruto, Sasuke, and even Sakura all get closer and bond together. Naruto even treats them all to his new favorite ramen place. This was Naruto's plan after all, to get close to everyone. During this time, Naruto extends his offer again to train with Sasuke, which, this time hearing his whole request, Sasuke accepts. With this training, Naruto only becomes a bit more efficient as he was already so much stronger, but for Sasuke, he was able to benefit a quite bit more. Furthermore, to Sasuke's surprise, during certain instances, he felt as if he was training with his older brother, Itachi. Speaking of Itachi, Naruto hopes to get Sasuke to a point where he can rival Itachi, which will also benefit himself to have another strong rival. Sakura even got to make herself useful by cooking up chakra pills, which tasted like crap, but would replenish the boy's stamina. what seems like an eternity of doing countless low-rank missions, Naruto finally requests that they increase their ranking of missions as he wanted some action. Team 7 come to the Hokage's office to get another mission, so Naruto asks if he can get one of higher rank. As Naruto has been a stellar and obedient ninja, especially for being an outsider, the Hokage has no reason to decline. In addition, he wanted to know how well this team could handle themselves, so he gives them a C rank mission. They must go to the Land of Waves to escort a bridge builder. They greet the bridge builder, who is indifferent to Naruto as opposed to thinking he's some brat, because in this universe, he was taught to act. They were now off to the Land of Waves. As in canon, the two Chunin level ninja attacked the group. However, here, Naruto and Sasuke dispatched the two hitmen pretty easily. As the team continues walking, Naruto still notices the presence in the bushes. However, here he doesn't alert the others as he wants to use this possible ambush to his favor and push his plan forward. Just as Naruto expected, Zabuza makes his appearance. Everything goes as in the original until Kakashi gets caught by the water prison. Zabuza uses the confusion of Team 7 and gets in the middle of their formation. To Naruto, since Zabuza was greatly underestimating him, he was able to easily read his straightforward attacks. Zabuza goes straight for the bridge builder who is being guarded by Sakura and attempts to cut them down. Just when the sword is about to slash through the two, Naruto is able to push the bridge builder out of the way, but makes it look like he wasn't fast enough to save Sakura, allowing the sword to cut her in half. While Kakashi was too busy drowning to see or even care what happened over there, Sasuke noticed it all. While he wasn't fond of Sakura and actually thought she was quite annoying, he did get attached to her as a friend these past few weeks. Witnessing the tragic end to the pink-haired girl, Sasuke's hidden emotion begins bubbling and tears begin to fall. Naruto looks over to Sasuke and smirks internally as he sees Sasuke's eyes have finally started to look like Itachi's. And that's where we're ending this part to what if Naruto was raided by the Akatsuki. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button so we can hit that goal, and make sure to put your opinions in the comments. But until next week guys, much love, Neon out.